Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at therapyhealing.com. I hope you're doing really well. This is your weekly reading and it's for Taurus and it's for the week beginning the 16th through to the 22nd. I'm just shuffling up the deck and we're going to see what shows up for you. I'm going to be using the Oceanic deck. I love this deck. It's really great. And I'm also going to be using the Butterfly Oracle for your reading today. And I love both of these decks. The readings have been really great this week with these decks, so you might be seeing them more often in my videos. So I'm just going to pick a card for you, or 3 cards for Taurus, and with the intention of seeing a message come through that resonates with everyone that's Taurian watching this video. Okay, so okay, right. And then let's see what Butterfly Oracle card wants to show up for you, Taurus. Okay, you got Volunteer as well. Volunteer came back. I feel like, okay, we're gonna go with that. So, the Ace of Wands is growth. The next one is the Two of Swords, which is crossroads. And the Queen of Wands, which is passion. And then you have the Volunteer card, as I just showed. So what I'm seeing for your cards is, because you have these 2 wands kind of energy in the middle of a air kind of energy, I see that there's loads of energy for you this week, because it's almost like having that fire element with that air element. It can be like big explosion, but I think that this explosion isn't gonna be, I guess the negative side of that kind of energy can sometimes mean it can turn into anger and aggression, and the more positive side of that energy is that it can also flare up your passion, it can flare up your drive, and I think that aspect of things is more what is going to be felt for you this week. It's about your passion, it's about your drive, it's about that movement. It's like that fire under your behind, like go kind of thing that kind of gets you moving. And the Ace of Wands with growth is saying that you guys are you're gonna start this week like inspired to do something, inspired, something becomes clear to you, you understand it, it's like you have some kind of epiphany or aha moment that is like things click in your mind, like, yes, this is what I'm gonna do. And I think that this kind of energy is like, it's not just in the mind, like the Ace of Swords. It's like it's in yourself, is within, your body. Like it's the energy that you exude out to just start on something, to just initiate something. And so it's a very fast moving energy. But the only thing I would say is that with this card in the middle, sometimes with that kind of Ace of Wands energy, it's really great at inspiring, and it's really great at almost starting something at the very early stages, but because it is a fast moving energy, it can be lost very quickly. And the Two of Swords could be saying that it's like you may start with that kind of understanding of stuff, and like, yeah, this is what I want to do, but then it's like now you have to think about, okay, well, how do I go about doing it? Like, how do I, what do I do next? And then that is where this card is saying you may have to think about things. Like, you may be so gun-ho, but then it's like this energy is saying, well, don't move too fast. Like, there's things you have to consider. There's, it is, how you gonna make this work? Or if you're inspired to do this new thing, can you do that? Maybe, like, as an example, can you do this with the job that you do? Can you do this because of the lifestyle you have? Do you have enough money to do this? Like, it's like that's when you start to question yourself, or maybe question what it is that you're trying to do. Now, I think that for some of you guys this can play out as doubting what you feel inspired to do, and so that might make things delay, take a bit more time. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, because I think sometimes you don't want to just go full guns are blazing into something. Sometimes you don't want to do that because, sometimes you don't give yourself the chance to really think things through, because any idea can seem like a good idea when it comes in your mind, but you have to think about, okay, is it actually gonna work? Basically, does this actually make sense for me to do, or does it make it sense? Does it make sense for me to do this now? And I think that's where the questions are kind of coming in, and that's where this Two of Swords energy is coming from. It's just helping you to kind of just be in alignment with, okay, how do I make this thing happen? Maybe I have to brainstorm. Maybe I have to think this through. It's okay, and it's an all right energy, but it's just kind of pumping the brakes a bit. But then the Queen of Wands is kind of saying that you're not going to be delayed, and you're not going to be thinking things through for too long. I think you're gonna be able to really work out how you're gonna do this, how you're gonna make this happen. The doubt isn't gonna last for very long, or the choices that you need to make. You're gonna find it quite easy to make a choice by the end of the week, because it's almost like you are really feeling like this is the way you're supposed to go. This is the way things are supposed to be, and you're not letting anyone stand in your way, which I think is a good thing. Because sometimes we have to go within ourselves, and we have to really think to ourselves, what is best for us? And that kind of one's fiery energy definitely shows us what is best for us. And so with that being said, I think that this could be a good energy for anything that you're just really wanting to just go and start with. Do be careful with that kind of Mercury energy that is taking place, because you know how Mercury is. Sometimes it can be make us a bit fuzzy in terms of, really trying to initiate things at this time. But for me personally, maybe because I am into astrology, but I just always believe that we just have to kind of go with what feels, good, like what we feel within ourselves. Sometimes we just have to kind of go with that energy, and we have to just kind of see where it leads us, where it takes us. And so with that being said, I would say, if you really feel in your heart of hearts like you want to go for it, then go for it. See where it goes. See, where it lands you. Because this is all about, like you can see the keyword, it's about passion. It's about having a passion for something. And so I think that when you have that energy, you kind of have to use it, while it's there. And the voluntary card is saying that I think for you, I was interested that this came back because it just came up for somebody else, but I think your message I'm getting from your voluntary card is different to this other signs, in that I think that this card speaking to you is kind of saying, do the things that you know are going to be really rewarding and beneficial to you, and go with that kind of energy. I think that this card is showing that you have a lot to offer at this time. You have a lot to give. And in that sense, I think that's why you're bursting to share it, or you're bursting to express it, because this energy is very expressive kind of energy as well. And so I would say go with the flow, go with where it's taking you, because one's energy is divine energy. So I believe that, that when we get that divine inspiration, those downloads, we have to receive them at the time when they're given, because that is when like spirit is really, coming together to really try to, trying to show you something, trying to direct you in a certain way. So kind of go with that direction, Taurus, this week. So peace and many blessings to you. I'll be seeing you. Bye.